and therefore that she recognized the former leader of opposition as the leader of opposition. That's what happened. Now, this is very surprising. Now, she said that she got an injunction. But you see, Parliament is independent. The three branches of Parliament are independent of each other. And of course, they work together also, but a measure of independence. Parliament has control over its procedures, over its rules. It's very clear. It's there, both in the law, but in the various acts of Parliament. The Speaker is not bound. I don't think he is. I don't think the Speaker is bound by an injunction from the courts because she has control over procedures and processes in Parliament. And we followed the processes, starting Order 35 to the letter. So I'm very, very disappointed, very, very surprised the way it has been done, but that's the way it is now. And as you know, the matter is now in the courts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is it that is there between you and Dr. George Chaponda? You seem to put his name again and again in Parliament for the leader of opposition. I just want to understand your closeness and why Dr. George Chaponda all the time.
No, it's not all the time. That he was a very effective leader of opposition in 2012.
Okay.
After the former president died.
Okay.
I decided not to take the position of leader of opposition myself.
Okay.
And I asked Dr. Chaponda to act in that capacity, and I was made his advisor. And I thought he did a commendable job.
Okay.
So this time, when the issue came up, I think there was odds among many people in the party, members of Parliament, the thing that Dr. Chaponda, because he has a track record,
okay,
is the best person to lead the opposition. That's all.
And why did you settle for Mary Navicha?
No, what happened was because of the fact that now the speaker did not accept Chaponda.
Yeah.
And because of the injunction, which mentioned apparently Dr. Chaponda's name.
Yeah.
We thought maybe then if with somebody else,
okay,
that will make a difference, that person will be recognized by the speaker.
Okay.
Because we thought it was personal to Dr. Chaponda.
Okay.
But apparently the speaker decided also not to.
Yeah, my question is why Mary Navicha, not Samia Suleiman or others?
She's a senior member of the party.
Okay.
Yeah. She's one of the senior members of the party.
The people that we have talked to, Your Excellency, from the Democratic Progressive Party,
yeah,
they say that they love you.
Okay.
They love the party, but sometimes they don't like your association with some of the people that are close to you. People's name comes quite often, Roman Chisale and others. Are you aware that,
no.
that some people are not in association with these people? I don't know what they have done, but I just wanted to understand from you.
I've seen something in the paper to that effect.
You've seen something in the paper?
I saw something in the paper.
Yeah.
But that's what happens in this country, is that whoever is supposed to be quote unquote close to the president,
yeah,
whatever that means, people don't like that person.
Okay.
Unless it's themselves. We've got to go back in history. During the Banda regime,
okay,
they always blame Honorable John Tembo,
okay,
and the person who is misadvising the president.
Okay.
During the time of Bakemos, they were blaming Jumbo Lengu, they were blaming...
you probably?
Mostly they were blaming Mooney, I think.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
During Joyce Banda time, they were blaming Ephraim Kivundi.
Yeah.
During my time, they were blaming those people, and now again, and during the time of Dora Chakwera, they're blaming Chimwendo Banda and others.
Yeah.
Maybe Nkaka,
yes.
the people are misadvising the president. You see, so it looks like whoever is supposed to be close to the president,
yeah,
some people don't like that person unless it's themselves. No, let me just say this.
APM
That
twaluda
people saying, oh, these people, I'm saying the president and so forth.
APM
As
twanzero
if the
uyu
president cannot think.
azwa
I think
jimauchita
for myself.
Yeah.
I have a PhD in law from #1 university in the world. I can think for myself, I have brains. I can't sit here, I don't sit here and have decided what somebody come tell me what to do.
Okay.
That's the implication, and it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong and it's unfair to these people.
Yeah.
It's wrong. I think for myself and I know what to do. The trouble, those people don't know me. They've never worked for me, so they don't know me. But you ask all the people who have worked for me, they'll tell you how I make decisions. Nobody tells me what to do.
Nobody tells you what to do?
Nobody. Absolutely nobody.
What?
I make decisions myself. I might have advice from people.
Yeah.
I might listen to advice, but advice is advice. Advice is not an order.
Yeah.
But I make the decision myself, believe me.
So all those stories we heard when you were in power,
Yes.
they were your decisions.
Yes.
Nobody told you what to do.
It's complete nonsense. It's my enemies who, for whatever reason, resent me. Some people resent me simply because I was out of the country for a long time.
Yeah.
Some people resent me because my brother was president.
Yeah.
And they don't like another member of the family to be president.
Yeah.
So she started all these stories
Okay.
about how there was a disaster at the Ministry of Education, how there was a disaster at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, how there was a disaster at the Ministry of Justice. You go and look at my record. It's my detractors. You go at my record and see what happens in all those ministries, what happens. I'm the one who introduced the concept of National Council of Higher Education.
Yeah.
I'm the one who did that, introduced that. I'm the one who introduced the concept of having a credit reference bureau.
Yeah.
And so many things in this country, which never happened before. I did those things in those ministries. And I'm the one who resolved the issue of the British High Commission. I'm the one who resolved it. But they go around and say, oh, he did that, he did that. He failed at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Again, it's complete baloney. And I think it's the attitude some people have in this country that we never wish each other well. When somebody is doing well, we don't like it. And I'm sure there are people who say bad things about you because they don't like your success. That's the problem we have in this country. That's why I think in the national anthem they talk about insomnia and so forth as one of the diseases in this country.
Yeah.
We need to get away from this mindset of always trying to blame somebody, of being unhappy when somebody is not successful.
Yeah.
We need to get out from that, otherwise we'll never get anywhere.
Yeah.
With this kind of attitude, in 2063, we'll still be the way we are.
Yeah.
With this kind of attitude,
Yeah.
we'll never get anywhere. So we need to get away from this and then look at things positively instead of always negatively. Always find something to try to find a fault with somebody. Always try to find someone to blame. We cannot go on doing this. 60 years now.
But my question
We
is,
haven't got anywhere. in
my
this country.
question is coming back to the area question to the
Yes.
people that are referred to.
Yes.
You can confirm you are still very close with these people.
Whatever you mean by close. I'm close to a lot of people.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean by close. People work for me. You have to work with somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have assistants, in your job.
That's right.
Any organization, you've got to have some people work for you. That's just the way, or work with you. That's the way it works. You cannot work alone in a vacuum. But when you have people working with you, people should not turn their anger or jealous against those people. It's wrong, and it's not fair.
Would you agree that sometimes people abuse their positions? Their
sure
closeness with you?
I don't know. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
No, you have just given me specific examples.
Okay.
That sometimes when people are close to a leader, they abuse their positions.
I never say that.
No, I'm telling you that are you aware that some people that are close to you, they might do other things that you are not aware in your name?
It's quite possible.
Yeah.
It's quite possible. If the people...
I'll give you an example.
If people do things that I'm not aware of,
Yeah.
I have no way of knowing.
I'll give you an example.
Yes.
The cement saga, for example.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that the abuse of your name?
Maybe I don't know how you want to call it.
Yeah.
All I can say is that I was not involved
You see now.
in the cement thing. That's what I can say.
Yeah, you see now. Isn't that a classic example of how someone can be used?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It depends on how you define abuse. I don't know what people do. But you see,
We are talking of your tipping here.
yes.
We are talking of your tipping, that it was used to bring in cement in your name.
Apparently, yes. You know, I don't even know my tipping myself. I've never even seen it.
Okay.
So I don't have my I tip myself.
So I'm just giving you an example. Isn't that an example that people can sometimes do things in your name without you knowing?
It's quite possible that people do or act. In the case of the cement thing, which I don't want to go into it because the matter is still in court.
Yes, yes.
All I can say, as I told you last time, that I wasn't aware
Yeah,
of that cement was being imported in such amounts.
yeah.
That's all. That's what I can say. How it was done, there have been allegations. I don't know how it was done. I've never seen the evidence.
Yeah.
I don't know who was doing it. All I know is that, in fact, I'm not involved. The first time I heard about it I think it was after the elections, so sometime 20 elections, when Ngeme came to me and said, Kalila, and said, I've been called somebody from, I think from the nation, asking about the cement you ordered. So I said, which cement?
Yeah.
So he said, apparently you ordered cement from somebody. I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. And tell those people that I don't know. That's the first time I heard about it.
Yeah.
You can check with him, Ngeme Kalila. That's the first time I heard about this cement thing.
That's a point that I'm raising. That sometimes, if you are not careful as a leader, people can do things in your name. Do you want to agree with that assertion?
How do you stop someone from acting in your name? How do you do it?
By constantly checking on your minders.
How do you check when somebody is operating another office from yours? How do you check what they do? Even if they're in your office but their own computer there,
Yeah.
how do you know what they're writing there? So how do you control? How do you know? Do you know what your assistants do? They're in your next room. Can you know what they're doing? Yourself, Brian Barker, can you know what your assistants are doing?
But as a leader,
No, answer me.
but as a leader, Your Excellency, you're supposed to be in check with your subordinates, with the people that you have employed, to make sure that they are behaving and that they're not abusing your name.
How are you supposed to check?
I don't know. You are the leader, not me.
How am I supposed to check?
Yes.
As a human being, how am I supposed to know what somebody else is doing in the next room? That's what I'm asking you. How am I supposed to know?
I think as
How am I supposed to know what your assistants are doing in the room somewhere?
I think as a head of state, you have all the necessary apparatus to know what your minders are doing. But I'll leave it.
No, I think you're wrong.
I think I could be wrong.
I think you're as wrong as you can be. There's no way. There's no way anybody can know what somebody else is doing in the next room.
Okay.
There's no way.
We'll leave it there.
Do you have children?
Yes, I have kids.
Sometimes you can't even tell what your children are doing. You can't.
But as a parent,
But you're in the same.
But as a
in the
parent,
summer,
but as
you
a
can't
parent-
know some children.
but as a parent-
some children go there drinking. You have no knowing what they're doing.
yeah, but when I hear they're drinking, it's my responsibility to discipline them.
Okay, that's fine. I agree with
You
that.
agree?
Of course.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
course I do.
Let's move on.
All right.
There is hunger in this country. President Jaguera has declared this as some districts, districts of disaster.
Yeah.
What do you think is the solution to continued hunger shortages this country faces?
You know, of course, we have the El Nino problem.
Yeah.
You know, I inherited hunger when I came in. We had 2 years of hunger, 2015 and 2016. Terrible hunger. Remember, I was sending people all over the world trying to find maize. It's a real problem. Part of it is, of course, the weather, like the El Nino thing that we're going through now. That's part of it. In the future, I think, the model policy, one, we want to improve the input program, to improve that, and affordable, whatever they call it now, to make sure that people receive sufficient inputs. And secondly, this may sound like a cliche now,
Yeah.
because everyone talks about it, but we need to move away from rain-fed agriculture. That's why I instituted the Shire Valley Transformation Program. When that project is completed, it will be the largest irrigation project in Southern Africa. I instituted that because I wanted us to have food security in this country, and also both food for consumption, but also for export. That's the idea. So that's a solution. I think we can control hunger. Remember, India used to have famine all the time, hunger, until 1948 when they discovered through Indian scientists new forms of crops, maize and so forth. Now India is self-sufficient and net export of food. So we need to do research on food. We need to look at our crops. Maize is an endangered species because maize cannot stand drought. You know, maize is not an African crop.
Yeah.
It came from Portugal, Brazil. The Portuguese brought it here from Brazil, from Mozambique. So it's not a native crop. It's not native to our conditions here. But we need to look at other forms, crops, cassava, for example. It's very resilient. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, resilient. We need to look at mapira, millet. Those kind of crops are drought resistant, and you can use those.
Okay.
In other words, we need to diversify our food consumption. That instead of relying on maize only,
Yeah.
we need to have other crops, selling cassava, potatoes,
Yeah.
millet, sorghum, wheat, all those. And those are food resistant, nandolo.
Yeah.
They're drought resistant, more resistant to adverse weather than maize. So we need to move in that direction.
Unfortunately, we don't have much time, but I've seen you lately with Amai moving around during the time of Ramadan,
Oh, yes.
feeding people,
Yeah.
giving people all sorts of stuff.
Yes.
Is this the beginning of your campaign?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
It's not related?
No. So this is a humanitarian. I've been doing it all the time.
Okay.
When I was an MP, Cholo East, we have 26 constituencies, 26 mosques.
Yeah.
I used to provide food there. Even when I was in government,
Okay.
I was assisting in Machinga all over the country, and I was just assisting our friends here with food. And nothing to do with the campaign.
Yeah.
And the campaign cannot start now. We're 17 months away.
The campaign cannot start.
No. We're 17 months away. I know that people are saying, oh, he should be traveling around and so forth, campaign. You cannot campaign 17 months.
Okay.
From the election. People are not going to remember what you tell them.
Yeah.
17 months from now. We'll start the campaign maybe 6 months before the
Talking
election.
about the campaign, you
Yeah.
start the campaign when?
Maybe 6 months.
6 months to the election
Yeah.
day. Okay.
Even in the United States, they'll do about 6 months before
Okay.
the election.
Talking about the
even so.
campaign,
Yeah.
do you have the stamina to run a successful and hectic campaign,
I
health-wise?
think so.
Because last time you only went out 3-4 times only, I think.
Yes, you know, I went out a few times, but I was told from very reliable sources then
Yeah.
that the election would be postponed to September.
Yeah.
I was told that.
Yeah.
That in fact it will be postponed to September, and legislation was introduced illegally
Yeah.
to have the election in June. It was all unconstitutional, but I was assured that the election will not be held until September. So
that's why you only went out a
I
few
just
times.
went out because we're waiting. We're trying to acquire materials there and resources, and I knew we'd have June, July, August to have the campaign. And that's what happened. But coming back to your question, I think I'm strong.
Okay.
I can campaign. I feel very, very strong. I recently had a stress test.
A stress test.
From a cardiologist, yes.
Okay.
And I was told that of the heart of a 19-year-old.
The cardiologist told you have a heart of a 19-year-old.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm very strong. I exercise.
You exercise?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some gym equipment.
Indeed. On a treadmill there. In fact, you can see it from here.
Okay.
Over there.
Yes.
I walk about 10 kilometers a day on the treadmill.
Okay.
Every day.
Okay.
Oh, yes, yes.
So those that are doubting your strength, they should be assured that you are strong and you can manage a hectic campaign.
I think so. I think so. I know my body myself.
Yeah.
I've been in this body for 83 years.
Okay.
So I know my body.
So you can confirm in 2025 you'll be 85?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
But I can assure next year. But I can assure that I feel very strong. I tell you why. The day I feel that I cannot discharge my duties, either a candidate or president, because of my health, or whatever, I will know and I'll quit.
Okay.
I'll quit.
Okay.
I've no intention of embarrassing myself or my family.
Okay.
No way.
Okay.
Not for any job on earth.
Yeah.
No way.
Okay.
I cannot do that.
Okay.
So I feel fine. I think I can do a campaign.
Yeah.
That's what I know. And I feel very, very well. So I don't think there'll be any problem really.
How is Madame Gertrude Mutarika?
Oh, she's very well. She's over there. She was here to arrange all this.
Okay. Okay.
And you decide to ignore what she arranged, and so you
we wanted the elephants.
So you're an apology.
We wanted the elephants as our background.
That's right.
Last time when I asked you how often you talk to President Chakwera, you said you don't. Since then, has there been any connection between you and the current head of state, President Chakwera?
I don't really recall.
Yeah.
I really don't recall. He's a very busy person.
Okay.
And I am reluctant to. I have his number.
Okay.
And he has my number.
Okay.
And I have his, WhatsApp number, and he has mine. But the president is very busy.
Okay.
I just need unless of something really important.
Okay.
Something positive that I can do. I don't see the need to distract him with my telephone calls.
Okay. Since you left State House, we haven't heard you leaving the country unless you are leaving secretly. Is that by choice?
Yes, actually I have.
You have?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Where have you been?
I was out of the country in November.
Where did you go?
I was in Asia.
Asia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
To do what?
Personal business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have only left the country once?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
So you don't get invited like Joyce Banda, the former President Joyce Banda is to speak at conventions and summits?
I get invitations all the time.
So why don't you go there?
But, I just want, at the moment, I don't like to travel.
Okay.
I get involved in virtual.
Okay.
In fact, before you came, that's why I was a bit late.
Okay.
I was at a teleconference.
Okay.
Conference, with some people in Washington. I get involved in virtual conferences all the time.
Okay.
But to travel at the moment, I just don't really want to travel. But I get invitations all the time. But I really don't really like to travel. I never like to travel anyway. That's why as president, in 6 years, I traveled only 18 times.
Okay.
Out of the country. So I don't like to travel, not now. When I was younger, yes, but not now. That's all.
Unfortunately, we wish we had more time, but time is not on our side.
Okay.
I want you to look at that camera. There are people, your partners, watching us in Washington and all other parts of the world. There are Malawians who support you and they love you. They are supporters of your party. What is the message that you have for them tonight, Your Excellency? Arthur Peter Mutarika.
Sure. I think my message to all Malawians is that I know we're all going through difficult times. Things are difficult, but not to despair. I think the future is bright. We're now in a valley, in a deep valley, but very soon we'll be on a mountain. I think this country can be rescued. Help is on the way. I think let's wait for the next election. I think people need to look at voting very, very seriously this time, and not vote on the basis of emotion, but vote on the basis of facts, programs that the various candidates have. So my message is, hope is on the way. Don't get discouraged. I believe in God. I don't think God has abandoned us. God is still with us. And one day, this country will be rescued from misery and destruction.
Your Excellency, Arthur Peter Mutharika, fondly called APM by your supporters.
Sure.
We want to thank you most kindly for opening your house for us.
Good.
We have had a candid conversation tonight. I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
My
indeed.
pleasure. I wish you well. And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
You're always welcome to come here.
Thank you very much.
Zikomkwambi.
Well, on that note, we have come to the very end of our conversation tonight. I was honored to host His Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Malawi, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. My name is Brian Banda, from all of us here at the Lake District of Mangochi, thanking you for joining us tonight. Until next time, it's goodbye.